I looked a lot different.
Hello, testing, testing. Okay, I think my mic is working. Bam, I'm here. Hello, good morning, or afternoon, evening, whoever you are. Let me load up my Leetcoding page. I think I finally figured out how to format my Leetcoding page so that it's not too messy and it's not split into two halves, like horizontally. I think this is a better format, right? I just put everything on top of each other. The question is on top, code is on the bottom. I think that's good given my Leetcoding sort of window is only like a square on the stream. Okay. But yeah, we're continuing today with the Leetcode Blind 75, and we're doing dynamic programming. We're currently on house robber. Yeah, we're starting the house robbing problems. Let's go. Okay, house robber, median. You are a professional robber. Can you see this? Let me make this bigger. Okay. You are a professional robber planning to rob houses along a street. Very practical problem. Each house, excuse me, each house has a certain amount of money stashed. The only constraint stopping you from robbing each of them is that adjacent houses have security systems connected, and it will automatically contact the police if two adjacent houses were broken into on the same night. That is some shoddy security system. Is it ADT? Yeah, ADT. Imagine if ADT only contacted the police if the house next to you was also robbed too. That would be so horrible. You just contact ADT customer support and you're like, wait, it didn't contact ADT. You guys didn't contact the police when my house was robbed last night. They're like, sir, this is by design. The house next to you, to the left, and the house to the right was not robbed. Therefore, we did not contact. It was by design. Given an integer array nums representing the amount of money of each house, return the maximum amount of money you can rob tonight without alerting the police. Okay. Okay, so here's the example. So the houses contain, I don't know what units, 1, 2, 3, 1. Rob house 1. Okay, so the maximum you can rob is 4. Rob house 1, money equals 1. Then rob house 3, money equals 3, 1, 3. Okay, sure. Total amount you can rob equals 1 plus 3 equals 4. Okay. Next example, 27931, rob house 1, money is 2. Rob house 3. Oh, here, 9. And then rob house 5 for 1. Okay. Nums.length is less than or equal to 100. Nums 1 is less than or equal to 400. Ooh, interesting. No hints. Okay. Okay, let's copy this problem into Sumo Paint and do some drawing. Sumo Paint, my best friend. Where are you? Okay, copy the problem here. Ooh, this is kind of wide. Sure, this is fine. Okay, so how do we solve this with recursion? Blue pen, where are you? There you are. Okay. So what are we given? We're given just the array nums, right? Nums. We're given f of nums. What do we need to track? Maybe we should track what the current house we're on is. Okay, just for context, the way I'm thinking about this is we should probably iterate from left to right, starting from the leftmost house and then to the right. And then for each house, we're gonna be like, okay, can I rob the current house? Or should I skip this house and go to the next one, you know? So I think we should track. Wait, should we track? Should we track which house we robbed before? I'm trying to think. Is it useful to track that? Or can we just automatically skip the next house using, you know, if we're tracking, let's say we're tracking I in the function signature, right? Can we just auto skip it by just doing I plus 1? Okay, let's walk through some scenarios. Let's say I'm on house number 1, right? House number 1. So my first call would be f of nums, comma, house number 1 is at index 0. So how can we branch out recursively from this? We can do f of nums. We can rob house 1, right? So maybe we do like 1 plus the value of house 1 or house 0 with nums, and then you automatically skip the next house. So you do, you know, 0 plus 2, so 2, automatically skip the house at index 1. Or you can choose to not rob the current house. So you can just do, you know, add no value because you didn't steal from the current house, f of nums and 1. So I guess this parameter is like, what's the best haul you can get starting from the current house? Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's it. What's the base case if you're out of bounds? Base case. So if I is out of bounds, I is oob. Then you return 0 and no recursive calls because you finished robbing. Yeah, I think that's it, isn't it? That's pretty much what we do. Yeah, that's pretty much it, right? So we start at 1, we're like, okay, do we... If we're robbing 1, like we're going from 1 and then to 3, we'll be like 1 plus function, the nums, and then 2, index 2. And then if we're just going 1 to 2, that means we aren't robbing house index 0. So we do f of blah blah blah, and then we can start at 1, and then add nothing to this recursive call. Yeah. I think that's it. Also, I have no idea how to pan in Sumo Paint. Is there no shortcut for this? I have no clue. Okay, I can just zoom where I want. Fine. Okay, let's try House Robber then. Oh, okay. So we're gonna have to make a helper function to track the current index that we're currently on. So helper. We still need nums, and then we need int I to track which house we're on. Base case, as we said, is if I is out of bounds, right? So if I is greater than nums.length, or equal, rather, then return 0 and no other recursive calls. Else, time to recurse. So you could do... It's the old use me, don't use me pattern. So use me, let's say you're using the current house. Yes, I'm personifying myself as the current house. If you want to use me. So the best haul you can get from using me, the current house, is nums, the current house, the value of the current house, plus a recursive call to nums, and then I plus 1. No, plus 2, because you want to skip the next house. And the int no use me is equal to, there's no value added, so you just call the helper function directly nums, and then you can still rob the next house, so you do I plus 1. I'm realizing that there should be an I. And then you just return the better haul of the two. So return math.max, use me, no use me. Yeah, I think that's it, right? And then let's run this boy. Oh wait, I didn't fill out the first method yet. Return helper nums starting from 0. Let's try this out. Okay, nice. Wow, this is surprisingly simple. I don't know why I remember this was more difficult in the past. Okay, let's submit and get our time limit exceeded. Give me that time limit exceeded. Yeah, time limit exceeded. It's fine. We got pretty far though. Let's use this test case. It's time to use some memoization. How do we memoize this? So the input that's changing every time is int I. So we should probably, Fortuner says, YOLO. Hi Fortuner, hello, how you doing? Oh wait, did you end up publishing that video? The roasting video? Today's Sunday. I didn't check your channel today. Okay, it's time to do some memorization. We can probably just do an array with, so we just need to store indices 0 through the max index of nums, right? So we just need to an array with length nums.length, right? Fortune says, now it's a gameplay vid. Oh, no, what happened to roasting Sundays? No, I was expecting a roasting vid. Okay, so we can use a cache here, int array cache. It's good to leave our out of bounds check up here so we don't get out of bounds exceptions with a cache. So if cache I is not equal to -1, I'll just set -1 as my bogus value. Then we do return and return what's in the cache. Yeah. Fortune says it was uploaded on Friday, lol. Oh, it was? Oh, I didn't see it. Ooh. Should I watch it live on stream right now? Maybe after this problem? I don't want to get too distracted. Okay, I'm going to save the result into an intermediate variable like this. Int result. And then you return the result. And before you return the result, you gotta save it into the cache. So cache I is equal to result. Yeah. And then up here, ooh, all the code barely fits. Fortune says, yep, I recommend watching on stream after this problem. Okay, I'm almost done with this problem, I feel like, so we're gonna be there soon. Okay, next I have to instantiate the cache. So int cache is equal to new int with size the same as nums dot length. And then input the cache here. We also need to input the cache in the helper function, so cache over there, cache over there. I think that's it. I'm not missing anything, am I? Run. Oh wait, I know it's wrong. I just saw an issue. I need to populate my cache with bogus values because I need it to be -1 if there's nothing in it. So let's do... Yeah, the cache is never gonna hit, huh? Actually, it's always gonna hit. It's gonna return 0 all the time, right? Yeah, that's the issue. So arrays.fill the current cache with all -1. There we go. Submit this boy. Wow, let's go. 100%. Okay, time to watch Fortuner's video. Did Fortuner just give me the motivation to blast through that problem? Okay, I might need to get your YouTube link through your Discord. Give me a second. Fortuner, where are you? Oh, there you are. Is it on Windows God? Nope, not on Windows God. ClenTuner plays. Ah, ClenTuner plays. Where's the roasting vid? Is it this one? That's the gameplay vid. No, I was expecting a roasting vid. Oh, it's Clen Tuner 224. Oh, I'm on that. No, it's not the roasting vid. Oh well, gameplay vids are pretty cool too. Ludo says, yo bro, I've seen you like 4 or 5 times in my FYP so far. I think you were learning React last time. How did it go? Oh, I think it went decently actually. Are you talking about my React learning? So, I think if I were to rate my React skills right now, I was at 0 in the beginning. Now I'm at maybe 3 out of 10. Like, I use React regularly at work now. It's not a problem for me to vibe code in React now. I guess I can read React very well. Well, decently, I guess. At a acceptable level. Yeah, so for context, I was hired as a backend engineer at my current company, but I wanted to get more involved in front end. So I guess the goal was to be able to comfortably vibe code in React. I can currently do that. I guess React is kind of like a second language to me now. You know how if you learn a second language, like maybe, I don't know, Chinese or Japanese, it's like it's easy for you to hear and listen and understand when other people say the language, but it might be difficult for you to say the language yourself. React is kind of like that for me. I can read React okay, like at a very low level, but if you ask me to write React, I won't be able to from scratch. Yeah. But yeah, just being able to read and understand a little bit of React has helped me be able to vibe code it at work. So yeah. Ludo says, yes, I'm also trying to learn React, and next, what would you recommend? Ooh, I don't know. I don't know, actually. My goal was to just learn React so that I can use it at work. Oh, at work, we use Remix on top of React. Apparently it's good for, like, kind of routing. I don't know if this will be useful for you, but like Remix, React. I guess Remix is a kind of a... I actually don't know what it is actually. It's like a flavor of React. It has a bunch of stuff built on top of React that enables routing and I think preloading. I don't even know how to describe this, like sub-segments of a web page. I think they rebranded recently actually. They called it something like React Router or something. React Router. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know what's going on with Remix now. I heard they rebranded to React Router. Yeah, but I think learning React by itself is useful. Yeah, you're welcome. Fortune says, if you look on Discord, you'll see the vid. Oh. Oh, but this is 1 month ago. I thought you said you posted it. Where's the recent one? Okay.
Yo ho, guys.
Yo ho, guys.
What's up, y'all? What the fuck?
Fortuner's classic intro. Yo ho.
What the? Oh, right. So it turns out many people in my Discord. Okay, yeah. You know what? Never mind. It's only me. Hold up. I'll be back. All right, I'm back. So
this music isn't copyrighted, right? You aren't gonna get me demonetized on stream, are you? Also, your music is a little bit louder than your voice. It's hard to hear your voice.
We will be checking out a test-built version of Software Layla. It's basically demo 9, but yeah, I guess like it's like a test build. but it's gonna be the next demo 9 after like some bug fixes and all.
Hey, Fortuner, I need your help.
What the fuck?
Fortuner says you won't get copyrighted.
Okay, what do you need help with? What happened?
There's a girl by the name of Awkward Code 3 that is just an asshole. She has done some bad stuff. I can't get into it, but please call her out.
Who is talking? Who is giving you the tip?
Please call her out.
Fortuner's mind. Oh god damn it, not that feminist. Okay.
Okay, I'll try to.
Video.
First off, learn some actual English, Baldy. And yeah, you actually do got, oh yeah, I'll keep that stuff out. Alright, so I guess we're changing the topic, I guess. Oh my god. Okay, I guess we're switching the topic. Alright. It's whatever. Alright, so Awkward Goat 3. AKA, oh my god, this is gonna be a long ass.
Wait, I thought you said you were making a video on she was wearing orange or something. What happened to that one? I actually watched this video already in the past. Maybe I won't watch this on stream then if I've seen this one previously. Okay. Next question then. House Robber 2. We're stepping it up with the house robbing. Okay, House Robber 2. I think we should have time to do this. You are a professional robber planning to rob houses along a street. Each house has a certain amount of money stashed. All houses at this place are arranged in a circle. That means the first house is the neighbor of the last one. Oh, interesting. Meanwhile, adjacent houses have a security system connected, and it will automatically contact the police if 2 adjacent houses were broken into on the same night. Given an integer array nums, representing the amount of money in each house, return the maximum amount of money you can rob tonight without alerting the police. Ooh, this is... Okay, so this is kind of like the first problem, but in a circle, huh? Fortune says, okay, well, I'm gonna go make a part 2 on her now. Catch you later. Yep, catch you later. Thanks for stopping by. Output is 3. You cannot rob house 1, then rob house 3. Because they are adjacent houses. Okay. Makes sense. Output is 4, 1, 3. Rob house 1, money equals 1, then rob house 3, money equals 3. 1 plus 3 is 4, yes. 1, 2, 3. Huh, okay. Ooh, this is a bit tricky. I think this should be kind of similar to House Robber 1, right? Except when we... I guess when we increment the index, when we're making our recursive calls, we have to go back to... We have to go back, like wrap around to the front indices, right? Do we do a sort of a modulo operation when we increment the indices? Wait. Is that a bit overkill to do a modulus add? Wait, what would be even our stop case and our base case? That makes things difficult. Wait, okay, The only thing that kind of matters in this case is the first house and the last house, right? Maybe we can just have a variable, because if the first house is already robbed, we can't rob the last house. And if the last house is already robbed, we can't use the first house. Should we just have a variable that stores if we've robbed the first house? Is that just what we need? They're in a circle. Oh look, there's a hint. Since house 1 and house n are adjacent, they cannot be robbed together. Therefore, the problem becomes to rob either house 1 through house n minus 1, house 1 through n minus 1, or house 2 through n... Oh, they broke down the problem for us, okay. Depending on which choice offers more money. Now the problem has degenerated to the house robber, which is already been solved. Oh. Oh, okay. House 1 through house n minus 1, so excluding the last one, and then house 2 through house n. Oh. Oh, okay. So excluding the first one. Oh, interesting. Can we literally just copy our solution for the house robber one? Except like do a subarray call for both? Yeah, that's kind of... I feel like that's it, right? Wait, but the caching would be kind of problematic. Because surely the results starting at... In these two branches, the results starting at each would be different, right? I mean, I could literally just do... Well, I don't know. It feels kind of messy to do subarrays and then call our original rob function, which was already 2 layers deep. I don't know how I feel about that. That seems kind of overkill. No? What if we just track whether we've used the first house or not? Then that tells us when we get to the last house, can we even use the last house, you know? Let me copy this problem. Okay. So we're given, this is called nums, right? The array. We're given, let's say we start off with nums. So before we needed to track the current index, right? I think I just want another, maybe a boolean over here called first house used or something. First house robbed. Yeah. And then we can just do every branch. Let's say we start off at 2 over here, right? We can either we can either rob house 0 and then go straight to 2. And then we're like, oh, we can't rob anymore because first house is already used. Yeah, so the recursive breakdown, the recursive branching will still be nums, and then I plus... well, it's 2 plus, because we need to rob the current house, that's the value of the current house, nums, and then I plus 2. Is the first house robbed? Yes, it is, so we'll set this to true. Yeah, so then the first recursive case, we can only do this. We need to check specifically if we're on the last index. If we are, we also need to check if the first house is robbed. So check last index. And we need to check against this boolean over here. Yeah, I feel like that's a strat, right? And then the next sort of option is don't rob the current house, so nums will be the same. We can rob the next house, so I plus 1. This will be false, and it doesn't really matter for the rest of the calls. Yeah, and then if index is out of bounds, base case is I out of bounds. Then return 0. Yeah, I feel like that's it, right? Okay, this is kind of not what they were talking about in the hint, but I feel like doing that in the hint is kind of, I don't know, it seems kind of too complicated. Maybe my solution is complicated too, but I don't know. I think I'll try it. So we're going to need a helper function. Let's call this helper nums. We're going to need a I to track our current house, and then boolean house 1 robbed. Cool. Gonna drag this up here. Okay, this might require more code than last time. So the base case, if I is greater than or equal to nums.length, then return 0 because you're done robbing houses. Okay, let's do int. Okay, use me. Let's say me is the current house. We got to be careful here because if the current house is if we're on the last house, yeah, if we're on the last house and house 1 robbed is equal to true, then this is kind of invalid. So let's say let's instantiate to just a negative infinity maybe as a pessimistic case, and then only if we can actually rob this house do we populate this variable. So use me is equal to map dot integer dot min underscore value. So if the current I is equal to nums dot length minus 1 and not house 1 robbed, or I is less than nums dot length minus 1, meaning it's less than or equal to nums dot length minus 2, then you can say use me. So use me in this case would be equal to recursive call of helper. Well, I need to add the current value of the house, so nums I plus helper nums I plus 2 because we need to skip the next house, and then house 1 robbed. Let's just pass it in for now. Though I do realize if we're in the first house, then this needs to be set to true. Else we just pass it in. So, Okay, so if I is equal to 0, I'm going to do a ternary expression here. If we're at the first house and we're robbing it, then return true, else just propagate back down house 1 robbed, the current status. Yeah, that should be it, right? Cool. And then you can always not rob the current house, so int no use me is equal to helper pass down nums I plus 1. You can totally rob the next house and then pass back down house 1 robbed because it doesn't matter. Yeah, and then return map.max, the better option of using me or no use me. I think that should be it. And then up here we make a helper function call to helper nums. We start at index 0. House 1 robbed is false. Is it the right decision to set useMe by default to min_value? Because if we can't rob the current house, so this would only come into play if we're in the last house, right? And house 1 has been robbed. Then we would return min value. So we would force it to take the no use me option. I think that's right. Okay, let's try this. Run. Missing return statement. Oh. Helper needs to be returned. Cool. Wow, we got it. Okay, let's submit this boy. Time to do some memoization after they tell us time limit exceeded. Time limit exceeded. Way to go. Okay, let's use this test case. How do we memorize this? There's kind of two things we need to store now, right? One is house 1 robbed. Okay, should this be a 2D array? I think this should be a 2D array. Yeah, probably 2D array. The row can probably be, yeah, row can be I, and then the other dimension just needs 2 columns. House 1 not robbed and then house 1 robbed, right? Yeah, okay. Int cache. Cool, okay. Cool, so we're gonna do the index out of bounds check here, and then we're gonna check the cache. So we're gonna do if cache I. Ooh, how does this convert to Boolean? House 1. Okay, Java might have something that auto-converts Booleans to integers, like maybe false is 0, and then true is 1 maybe? I don't know. Let's ask ChatGPT, my best friend. If you use a Boolean as a array index, will it auto convert to 0 or 1? Oh, I meant in Java specifically. No, okay, they don't. We might have to use a ternary expression. Yeah, this thing. Okay. Okay, if house 1 is robbed, then we put in 0. No, we put in 1. Else we put in 0. So if this is not equal to -1, which will be my bogus value, then you return cache I. Okay, this is kind of a hassle to do this ternary expression every time, so I'm just going to do int cache. What do we call this? Cache column? Or like index 2? Cache J? Cache index 2? Sure, let's give it a understandable name. So cache index 2 is if house 1 is robbed, then we do 1 and then else it's 0. So when we check the cache, we just insert I and then cache index 2. Am I overcomplicating this? Should I just not store it as a boolean and just do house 1 robbed or not robbed? You know what? I'll just keep it like this for now. Let's just roll with this. Return cache I, cache index 2. Okay. And then down here, let's store our result in a intermediate variable called result is equal to that. You return the result, and then before that, you store your stuff into the cache. Cache I, and then cache index 2 is equal to result. Okay, and then up here, we need to instantiate our cache. So int cache is equal to new int. So the number of rows will be equal to the number of rows as nums dot length. And then the second one will just have size 2, so 0 through 1. Yeah. We need to instantiate the bogus value, so we'll do for every int array row in the cache. Let's call arrays dot fill row with -1s. And then we input the cache into the helper function cache. Whenever we call the helper functions, we also need to input it in helper. Okay, the cache is here. Helper. Dang, this code is getting difficult to read. Please, work. Let's go, it worked. Submit. Oh! It beat 100%. Let's go. Wow, I think I'm starting to get the hang of recursion again, or at least recursion with memoization. This code is kind of ugly. Especially this part. Should I just have stuck with... I don't know, actually. Should I just have not used booleans in the first place? Maybe I just could have just done a 0 and 1 to represent the status of house 1. Oh well, it's okay. I'm done. Can I see what other people did? Oh, look at that. They're doing recursion too. Okay. Length is equal to nums.length. Okay, they're extracting that out. Wait, what? If length is equal to 0, return 0. Ah, base case. Okay. Yeah, if you have no houses, then you get no money. If length is equal to 1, then return num0. Forgot this. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. If you have only one house, you can just rob that one house. Else return max of house robber 1. Dang, they really just did house robber 1, huh? Oh, hi Silo. Hello. How you doing? I just finished robbing 2 houses. Are you proud of me? Wait, where did... See? We successfully became house robber level 2. Behold my glorious house robbing skills. Yeah, I think I'm done with my 2 problems for today, actually. You guys want to know something exciting? So just thumbs up. Wow, thanks for the encouragement, Silo. You know how I've been trying to increase my jump height or vertical to learn how to dunk? I was hopping around at my old high school and middle school hoops. Oh, so for context, I finally learned how to do proper form in the 2-legged jumping form. And it seems to have helped with the vertical too. 2-legged jump form is basically... How do I draw this? I don't even know how to draw this. You plant your foot like that. Maybe you're like... and then you like lunge forward. Ooh. And you throw your hands back like this. And then you kind of pivot. You get down low and pivot like this. It's horrible, this drawing. Your knees kind of go, well, not knees, your feet kind of go inwards like this. And then you jump way up high. Yay. You want to throw your arms up high too, so it creates momentum upwards, extra momentum upwards with your body. Yeah, I've been trying to learn how to dunk. It's probably not going to happen, but I'm trying. So yeah, I've been practicing this at my old middle school and high school hoops. Yeah, exactly. Silas got the right idea. With the right form, I can get under, just like under 1 or 2 inches below the rim like this. Yeah, I'm like pretty dang close now. It's like almost painful how close I am. Yeah, I can, using proper form, this form, I can touch, not touch, but I can touch the net like almost an inch below the rim. Yeah, this is without the ball, by the way. I haven't figured out how to do it with the ball yet. I heard with the ball it's even tougher because you have to jump with the ball too. The ball is like 2 pounds in weight. Though maybe if I have the ball, I could like, maybe it could generate even more momentum because I'm like swinging it back and then swinging it upwards. But that might require me to palm the ball. I don't know. I would assume that jumping with the ball is more difficult because you have to keep it in your hands, and it might affect your ability to do the proper form too. Yeah. Salos, it's not about ball. Read both of those messages together in one singular message. Wait, what is this? So, are you dribbling the ball first? Like slapping the ball, slap the ball, and then... What is this? Italian ball. Do you want to play the basketball with me? Wahoo. I slapped the ball once, I slapped the ball twice. And I make the gesture with the ball. Is this the storyline now? I don't know if y'all can see the blue, red, purple. Blue, red, purple. Oh, you guys can't see the chat, but... So you slap the blue ball and the red ball together, and together they combine to make the purple ball, because blue and red equals purple, right? Is that what's going on? And then you make the Italian gesture like, that is very good. 2 balls merge into 1. Reverse mitochondria. Is that what's going on? I don't know. Salo, you might need to do some explaining here. Is this what you mean? Blue, red, purple. Or is this a BTS reference like Purple Heart, Blue Ball? I have no idea. Sal says curse technique amplification blue, curse technique reversal red, imaginary technique hollow purple. I have no idea what that means. Is this some anime reference I'm supposed to know? Curse technique amplification blue. Is this some Naruto stuff? I don't understand it. Yeah, no clue. Well, I think now is a good time to stop for today. We successfully did the 2 house robbing problems, which was less difficult than I remembered. And we got 100% on both, yay! What are we doing next time? Decode ways and then unique paths, jump game. And then we're moving on to graph problems. Cool. So since I'm gonna just go now. I'm about to leave too. Alright, thanks everyone for coming. Thanks Silo. I'm gonna go to my stop screen now. Have a nice day. Bye.